Hey, Joe, good morning. It is vacation, George. I'll show you guys the view in a little bit because you can actually see this orangey glow. That's because the sun's literally coming up, like right now, right behind the camera. Right behind the camera. No coffee yet, so a wee bit of water. It is steamy as fuck, though. Whew, already. Hey, good lighting, nature. Oh yeah, it makes everything just glow a little bit, right? Makes everything look very positive, like all those wrinkles and everything like that. Well, except for this one, I guess up here. Now what? Except they're all gone. But I've got a nice little bench area that I'm sitting at right now. Um, got the hotel behind me. If the weather's crap, theoretically, I could sit inside there. Um, but it's just, I've got the ocean right in front of me. So I'll show you guys in a little bit. But we got a few more people jumping in. Just right now, just waiting to see who's going to be popping in and making a decision as to what model to maybe build. Um, I'm leaning more towards snapping something together and maybe doing something more glue inside where I've got more of a controlled space to do so, but we'll see. Anyway, happy Sunday. Sunday. Yeah. Yesterday was a long ass day of driving. Long ass day. I think it was supposed to be somewhere between 6 and 6.5 hours, and ended up being close to 10. I mean, granted, we made a couple stops, had lunch, that kind of thing, but traffic was misery on a stick. All right. Anyway, how was your Saturday, Joe? Did you have to work yesterday? I'm assuming the answer to that was yes. Oh, I stopped by yesterday. Haven't seen in years. Oh, nice. That's nice. Did they stop by at home yesterday? Did you guys hang out for a while? I love it. Checking something here, making sure I'm not missing something. Oh, all good. Yeah, we hung out and remember the old days. Oh, that's awesome, man. Was it just the two of you, or families, or anything like that? That sun's doing its thing. The other thing is, I'm on battery power, and this laptop's battery ain't the strongest. So hopefully, the battery will last throughout the whole session. If not, we're going as long as the battery goes. I am on laptop. I did test out my phone yesterday, and it did work. So if I need that for backup, that's great. But him and I were thick as thieves in high school, and yeah, he brought over his Viance. That's awesome, man. Good for you. So that's good. So a little bit of a family hangout. That's awesome. Is he living in the area, Joe, or is he elsewhere now? I'm gonna try something here. See if this works. Show you here. Let's see if this works. I'm not sure it's going to. see if this is better or not. Move an hour away. Oh, that's cool. Whew. I see the sun behind me now. Joe, is this better or was it better over the other side? You tell me. The sunlight is nice where you are. Yeah, I'll show you guys a little bit about what's going on in a second. I'll actually turn the camera around. Moved an hour away. Okay, so that's good. So it's not like you guys won't be able to see each other. That's orange glow on this side. All right, so this is probably a little bit better, but you see the reflection of the sun behind me. Anyway, good morning or good day, Light. How are you? All right, let's get the tools out. Is anything back here? Oh. Water bottle. You're by the ocean. Yeah, we are. So this week I'm going to be down in Ocean City, Maryland. My daughter my younger daughter is doing her final dance competition of her high school career. So we're part of I think this is Elite Dance Competition, EDC. So we're down here until Thursday. Friday I'll be back home theoretically. And normally, like I did 2 years ago, and funny enough, the laptop actually popped back up on the Wi-Fi. So did this 2 years ago. Yeah, reflection looks great. Screenshot that when you screenshot. I guess I could, right? It's not a bad one, I suppose, to have like that. I'm alive again. I am obligated to be grateful and thank God for every grace and all the difficulty. I'm happy. How are you? Same thing. You know, away on vacation this week, so spending it with the family, except for an atrocious drive down. Got here safely, and you know, I'm waking up to beautiful beach view. Can't complain. My wife's going to be up in about an hour or so, and then she'll come down here as well, and we'll probably just kind of walk around the beach a little bit. So all good. No complaints. Yeah, like you say, you know what? This is like you bring up a very, very important thing. It's like, look, there's a lot of shit going on in the world. There's a lot of shit going on in our lives personally, but we have to just kind of sometimes just remember, stop, enjoy what you got. And right now, I'm enjoying what I got. I got a model with me. I got my good friends across the world with me. I got my family healthy. We're down on vacation. What else matters? My computer connected to the Wi-Fi management to your security. So, you mean because they have an open Wi-Fi system here, Joe? Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, last time we did this was 2 years ago. I got this morning dove literally looking at me like, what are you doing? Okay, so these are the choices we have to build. I'm going to start with the one I'm probably not going to work on because I don't think I want to work on it outside. But getting back to the Panther KF51. I think I started this. Maybe I didn't. I thought I did. Nope, I guess I didn't. I thought I did start this one, but I guess not. This is the, I must have because I see the suspension bits on here. Yes, I have started this. I started it at Patriot. Yeah, I guess it's just an open network and they don't care. So this is the new tank that Germany's Rheinmetall, is putting together now as a possible replacement for the Leopard 2. I like it. It's a it's a beautiful design, but I'm not sure I necessarily want to work on gluing together a model today. So the other one is to going back into some of the archival stuff is maybe work on this old Zaku FZ, Zaku 2 from 0080, and this is the original. This is the original kit from 1989. It builds up interestingly. You can actually just see the photos of it. Yeah, 0080. Yeah, exactly. Still to this day, I would say my favorite Gundam series of all time. So if you take a look at how it builds up, it's kind of bulky. You know, proportions on it are certainly different. But at the same time, does it kind of match the proportions on the box art? And I would say, yeah, it probably does. A reprint HD one. Yeah. HD or HG? Did they do a reprint of this? They probably have done reprints of this. Back when a model, I'm just going to point this out. See if it'll focus. See if it'll actually focus. Let's see if I can get this thing to focus on the. There it goes. So you see the numbering. Let's go, whoops, down. Go all the way across. Back when it cost 600 yen. Oh, it's really cool. Sorry, HG, OMG autocorrect. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, have I built the HG? I think I might have the HG. So this is certainly an option because it's a fairly simple model. And 1, 2, 3 4 small runners. 2 in this bag, 2 in this bag. Nothing really to it. A lot of old polycaps too. Look at that. Polycaps and hoses on the same runner. Yeah, like $6 back in the day. I think I probably paid more than that back in the day too. But think about how much a modern HG is now going for, right? So there's one. And then the second option is to build the Melusine, the Maschinen Krieger Melusine. Now, when I did this 2 years ago, I brought a Maschinen Krieger kit out and built. This is made by Wave. The other one I think I worked on was by Hasegawa, though I could be wrong about that. But whichever it was, the one that I worked on sucked. The unfortunate thing is it had a great cockpit to it, so I'll probably end up using that one for an upcoming build. I've got a potential project, not a potential. I've got the end of the year. We'll be working on I'll be working on my theme build for Patriot. Go with the Maschinen Krieger. You want me to go with the Maschinen Krieger? Okay. I'm going to give, let's see, what time is it? I'm going to do another 5-10 minutes of this, see if anybody else comes in, and I'll give them the choice between. So we got one vote for Maschinen Krieger. My vote is for the 0080 kit. Hey, Peter, good morning. But I'll leave it to the crew to decide which to go with. In the end, I'm ultimately going to be indifferent. I will say this about this real quickly. So I'm glad I pulled out this 0080 kit for the box art, because one of the things that it showed was battle damage. Let's see if I can get up close on this thing. First of all, if you take a look at let's see if I can get it to focus a little bit. Coming really close. There we go. If you take a look at that area, that impact, that's kind of what I'm looking to do on the gun. See the impacts on the legs and the upper thighs? Really small impact areas. Also, if you take a look at like around these, if I can do this, around the thruster, see that sort of scratch damage, that actual chipping, or better yet, the one on the leg there. See that? That to me is scale. Yeah, in fact, I caught like that sort of like that round impact damage that he did. I actually mimicked that on the Gundam that I kind of use as a test model, Peter. Um, if I'm correct, you kind of bore out a little bit like a round hole, and then kind of almost press in some putty, and then that creates a little bit of that mushrooming on the outside of it. I'm going back a few years, like 4 years now, but I like the way he did that. The only thing is on a tank versus, which is like a 1/35th scale versus a model that's 1/144, it's trying to get the scale. So I applied his technique at 1/35th on a model that's 1/144, and that's why I think it came out a little wonky. Yeah. So now looking at the damage that's done on this, I'm just going to zoom in again. If you take a look at the damage there, that's in scale. Again, it just comes back to the importance of scale. I will say, I love the art. You don't see this kind of art anymore on boxes, which is too bad. I will drop review today of all those D-Space stuff I have on Blue Sky already posted on Instagram. Good for you, Joe. Yeah, definitely do that. Then that's a good call. All right, so Peter is now popping in. So here's what we have for choices for what we're going to work on during vacation. This old 0080 Zaku FZ or the Machining Krieger Melusine. Yeah, I missed the old part. Yeah. There it goes. Yeah, I think it's also one of the reasons why I keep getting drawn back to the old kits, the old original Gundams, but more important, like the original, particularly the MSV kits. The artwork on all of those are fabulous. I know I always get the guy's name wrong, but I think it's Kunio Okawara who did a lot of that stuff. No, Junichi Ishibashi. Sorry, Junichi Ishibashi is one of my favorite modelers, my favorite painters of box art. In fact, I picked up one of his. I picked up an Aoshima or Fujimi plane from like the 80s. He did the box art for that just because, and I picked it up just because I wanted his artwork. They're both awesome. Flip a coin. I know the Melusine is more intense. The FZ will get done in no time flat. I'm kind of leaning as well. I've got one indifferent. Joe is more leaning towards the Maquet kit. Wow. We're down to 65% already. Fuck me. Oh, you know what? I think tomorrow, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do it now. I think I see outlets. Are you okay? I've never seen your hat on facing forward. Yeah, it's because I got the sun literally facing this way. I'll turn the camera around. Let's see if I can make this happen, guys. You guys can see kind of like, that's what I'm looking at right now. It's my my world view at the moment. Check who did the art for the counterattack kits that I like those. Yeah, the Char's counterattack stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same guys who did a lot of the Zeta Double Zeta stuff as well, or the Dragonar kits, all of which came out around the same time. If memory serves, I think Dragonar was the last thing that Bandai did before they went into Char's counterattack. Must be rough. Yeah, it sucks out here. It's steamy, but other than that, so that's why I'm wearing the hat this way. Just to kind of keep some of that sun out of the eyes. I'm going to see. I don't think I'm going to be able to stretch, but I'm going to see if I can get this cord all the way over there. And if I can, great. And if not, I don't think I'm going to. Yeah, tomorrow I think we'll do is we'll get closer to see if I can shift these things. These things are anchored. I'm not going to be able to do that, but I can see if I can find an extension cord. So battery's down to about 62%, so we'll see how far this thing takes us. What are we at? 625? Yeah, it's going to be close. All right, so once again, where's your continental breakfast? Yeah, nothing available continental breakfast-wise at this hotel. So again, I'm leaving it to other people to help me out decide which two of these two to build. Zaku FC, Melusine. And at 6:30, I'm going to make, we'll finally just decide on one of them. I will say it is getting a little warmage out here now. All the seagulls you can catch. Exactly. I did, like I said a few moments ago, I had this mourning dove kind of looking down on me like, hey, you know, there's like food nearby and you're in the way. Okay. There's a couple of, I think, French fries from last night's, somebody's event last night. Sea chickens. That's what I was looking at here. Whew. Dude, the waves out here are pretty awesome too. Anyway. Hey, Nick, good morning. Sea chickens are the best. All right, what time is it? Nick, I've got a choice between these two. The Zaku FZ from 1989. It even says it right on the box. 1989. It's the original 0080 Zaku FZ. Or the Maschinen Krieger Melusine. Zaku FC. So I've got right now what appears to be one for the Maschinen Krieger and two for the Zaku FC. Too bad there aren't any bagels. I wish there were a bagel. I could use a bagel right now. Have some choice ways, dude. Zaku. So we now officially have a vote for the Zaku FC. Okay. Another 2 minutes, and then we'll kind of see. Ray, you can certainly chime in if there's one that you'd like me to work on. It's rare that I actually ask people, hey, which one should I work on? But I brought both of them because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I'm pretty sure the Zaku FC will be done in a matter of days, whereas the Melusine will probably take a little bit longer to assemble. There is one of the nice things about working on an older kit is you get to see sort of like the how things have changed from the older kits. I guess you're gonna have to give me the kit. I'm gonna have to give it to you. Like, hey Peter, since I'm not working on this, here you go. You're a funny guy, Peter. And we got another one for the Zaku. All right, so I think we got enough votes. We'll go for the Zaku FC. Peter. Hey, if you don't ask, you don't get, right? right, instructions. Oh man, who did the artwork for this? So they also did different artwork for the interior of the manual. Let's see if I can get in here and just see. This is my. So that artwork was also done by somebody else. Naoyuki Kato. I think it's also one of the things that really attracted me about a lot of this stuff. Like some of the more mechanical stuff, like the okay, what the hell are you looking at? The original Zaku, whoops, over on this side, and the modification to the FZ and 0080. Details on the backpack, how to modify it if necessary, which could be necessary. Oh yeah, those bells look like shit. Yeah. See, this is definitely a model that you can reproportion quite a bit. Oh, it's fun. I like that old box art stuff so much more than what they're doing now. Oh, 100%. Yeah. I think it's because you actually, as much as I enjoyed seeing some of the stuff that the HG boxes have done, particularly the older ones, yeah, it's not the same thing. There was something about like you're putting like just the amount of detail in this, looking at both the one that you're building plus another version of it, and then if you look at the background, that background is literally the colony. Fabulous shit. Honestly, I can't wait to see what Peter does with that money cake. Yeah, if I gave it to Peter, he'll probably do something with it because I don't know. It's going to be a while since I get to it. But then again, maybe it'll be one of the next models I start to snap up. We'll see. Also, bags that were stapled. When's the last time you saw that? Box art is awesome. Love the old style. Yeah. And we were just talking about that right before you, literally immediately before you popped in. I'm a huge fan of all of this older box art. And I think part of the reason why I still collect some of the old models is for exactly that reason, is for the art. Because that artwork was just so spectacular. To Peter's point, and I think everybody else's point, it's you actually had guys, I mean, people who did this shit, I mean, they were paid artists to do that, right? Now you basically, I'm sure, have a division inside of your company that's basically just, got a couple of guys doing, I don't know, modifications of the CAD files or whatever it is that they're using. If you take a look at like a modern P Bandai, the art on the box, it's the single color version of them. They're usually, I think, just the imagery that they're using for previews. Nothing special. Yeah. Oof. That is fluorescent pink. You probably can't catch it from here, but wow, that is fluorescent pink. And the polycaps are on a runner along with the hoses. Wow. A polycap runner specifically created for this model. Now, some of this paperback book art, the book covers today are so generic, especially on Audible. Everything looks like the same. Yeah, they don't need to spend any time on it anymore, right? I mean, I guess if we think about it, how much does it take to have somebody create something like this versus whipping up something digitally? Again, I'm not trying to belittle digital artists, but something tells me that the scope of work is probably a little different. I'm usually not one who wants to go out and kind of collect artwork in particular. Oh, wow, you can build both heads. Wow, you can build both heads. The FZ, the standard FZ, or the more Nazi helmeted one, if you want to call it that. Ooh. I didn't think I saw that in the manual, but that's kind of groovy. Oh, wow. Do a pop and swap. Yeah, it's like I'm not a, I've been to enough of my clients' houses where I saw how much artwork they collected, and it's just like, I'd rather see it in a museum. I don't know. Does anybody know if a museum exists for model box art? And if it doesn't, why not? Like, that stuff should be in a museum somewhere, and it should be available to the public to see. Stickers. Okay. So if memory serves, yeah, these are not, this is old school way of doing it. They actually, each runner, they're not lettered. It's 1 through 50, and then the next one starts at 51 to whatever, and then the one continues on from there. It's just for the box art. Yeah, Nick, and I think I was saying the same thing earlier. I feel the same way. A lot of the reason why I'm so into some of the older models and why I really got into them was for that artwork. The old MSV box art, some of the Zeta stuff. The Zeta stuff I think got a little 80s looking, but it was pretty cool at the time. But if you take a look at, like Joe was saying, like the stuff from Char's Counterattack, the Dragon artwork, absolutely, all of that stuff. I think one of these days we'll do another tour of the collection and just mostly look at it from the box art perspective. Let me know if that would be something you guys would like me to do, because look, I'm not a big fan of just showing boxes. I don't think it's cool, but showing the box art, I mean, I would do that. Most of mine isn't even Gundam. Yeah, Nick, again, right before you popped in, I was mentioning one of my favorite box art artists for Gundam is the guy who did a lot of the MSV stuff, Ishibashi. And when I bought, remember went to a model shop and I bought a little plane. The reason I bought that plane was because Ishibashi did the artwork, the box art. If it does, it's basement. Yeah, it's in someone's basement. I hope not. I truly hope not. But it's in the back of Uncle Creepy's escape room. It's a side bench. Oh God, I hope not. Most of mine isn't even Gundam. Ooh, someone say vintage box art. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing a walkthrough of some of the. I've done it before, and I'm not a big fan of showing, hey, look at all the models that I have. But I think if I actually spent a little bit more time on the box art itself, would that be something that, if I did that, you guys would be up for that? And by the way, good morning, Mike. How are you? All right. So we are going to work on this guy. And who knows, if I get this done in the next couple of days, I'll start on the Mach-8 kit as well. You talking about that artist and being the reason you are drawn to it? Yep, exactly. He is somebody whose artwork, and I know Joe's mentioned that there is a book of the art from the MSV kits. It's on my list. It's in my eBay cart. One of these days, I just got to pull the trigger. Like, hell yeah. Yeah, I think we'll end up doing that one of these days. And just like I said, it's not to show the plastic or whatever, but just pull out and take a look to see, even like, again, the artwork on the manual being different from the artwork on the box. And it's painted. They're both painted. $100 for some of those art books. Oh yeah, that's why I don't own many of them. I would say if I had the wall space, I would probably end up taking a lot of this box art and doing exactly that, making it into, hanging art. The better the box art, the crappier the kit with it. That's probably true. Mike got a valid point there. Though, I mean, I will say the Bandai generally, even the older Bandai stuff, it may not be up to snuff with the newer Bandai stuff, but I don't know. I think they're fun. They're fun to build. All right, let's get started on what appears to be an arm. I am not lying. I am beginning to sweat my balls off. It is getting a little warmer out here. That sun's beating down, and I got a black shirt on. For it every time, but the artwork is worth the price. Yeah, and that's absolutely. Nick was just saying the same thing, and I agree. I think when I go back to looking at some of the models that I collected, 100% it was on the box art. Like all of the MSV stuff that was, if you also take a look at the MSV stuff, which was released almost immediately after the stuff that from original Gundam, that stuff, the box art changed from like cell type of anime box art to painted artwork. It's like, what did again, conversations you'd love to have with people? What was it in Bandai's department, their marketing or division, whatever? Just ask them. It's like, what possessed you to go this route to actually do this? And maybe it was that we wanted to mimic what was going on with more traditional models, but I'd love to know the answer to that. It was umbrella and tilted. There's actually an umbrella right here. I just couldn't get I didn't get a chance to open it up yet, and it just seemed like it required a little more thought to how to do it. Tomorrow, perhaps. We get some of the Kobayashi and Makoto hyper weapon books. How easy is it to find those? Doing Box art book. Does Bandai have one? I think they may have more than one, but that's a good question, Mike. Digital and it was more cartoon style than hyperographic design. I think they're in print, but like $60 each plus shipping from Japan. I'm a cheapskate too, yeah. Yeah. Kind of in your camp on that one, Peter. I have no problem in getting it, but it's like, ugh. Is it worth it? And I think ultimately, maybe. I think I'd be more keen on buying like a poster print, something I can actually hang up rather than just having it in a book format. I'm a cheapskate. Anyway, happy Sunday to everybody. Before I forget, hope everybody's had a good start to the day. I think we squeeze a penny or yep. So, no question, there's a lot more mold line stuff going on with this. That's interesting. Gold line. For a moment there, it almost looked like it could be like a panel line, but it might not be. No, that one's not. Watch out for the sea chickens. I can see them. Oh yeah, eyeing you. Yeah, of course. Thankfully, I don't have any food here for them to go for. Kits in that series have similar painted box art. Yeah, Peter, look up all of the look up the 0080 kits from 1989. In fact, I'm trying to think, DeLong.net I think has all of the box art and I think all of the manual art as well. I mean, because they include the manuals in their on their site. Reflection in the window. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sure you see those evil bastards. Going to drill and pin some landing gear today. The kittens found the weak point. Nice. Isn't that what they're supposed to do? It's kind of pretty. So yesterday we were driving down, and just I don't know what brought it up. I was looking into something and saw that. Oh yeah, I was going through some of my older emails, and I'm subscribed to a number of different artists on Bandcamp, and found that Public Enemy dropped a new album yesterday, or the day before, and right now you can pick it up on Bandcamp for Name Your Price. So pick that up. I was listening to that a little bit last night. Nice to see PE still out there. Musically, it's also interesting to see how much they've changed. Your cats to be a test group. Yeah, the reflections of like Jesuit monks. Nice. It's the Suicide Squad going to save Brian. Nice. But yeah, I'd highly recommend people. Hey, if you've ever loved PE, go pick up their latest album. And you at least it was like 72 hours. I don't remember when it dropped, but for the first 72 hours, you can name your price, how much you want to pay for it. So pick it up, support the band. It's one of the greatest rap acts of all time. Meowcenaries, nice. Oh, he's really like Mike D's. Just to make sure I'm getting Chuck D or Mike D. I do too. And lyrically, they always hit for me. I still remember the first time I heard Nation of Millions. It was a very eye-opening, very revelatory album for me. Yep, sorry, Chuck. Yep, no worries. Because Mikey, I'm thinking, are you talking about Michael Diamond, Beastie Boys, which is another good one. Ultimately, these would get glued together and either panel line created or just fill in that seam line. But for now, does it even move? I don't think so. Oh, sweat my tits off. Polycap. Bright yellow polycaps. I love it. I love all the colors. Green, gray, yellow. But I will say, at least from except for like the big red painted target on its chest, I mean, I could see that being a military suit, right? Intergalactic Beastie Boys is my wake up song. Is it really? Good choice. Does it get any glue or is it snap together? It's snapped together. But what you're going to have, Peter, is you're going to have like all of these seams. Let's see if you can actually see that. Yeah, it's not showing too well. You got seams there. They just have to just kind of glue and then just fill. That's the only thing. But it's a snap together kit, which is cool. Actually, say that on the box. Nope. I think they did on the Dragonar kits because I think the Dragonars are some of the first ones that you could actually just snap together. Does anyone ever approach you when you're building at hotels? I think maybe once. I mean, there are people walking around. There's a couple people sitting nearby, but I think it's kind of like leave the loony who's doing whatever toy he's playing with be by himself. So I'm okay with either one. Just keeping an eye on the less on the clock and more on the battery. Once this thing goes just below 10%, I'll probably call it a session just because I don't want to lose the episode. We're also usually doing this outside at a time when most people just aren't around. It's still pretty freaking early right now. What time? It's not even 7 o'clock yet. Oops, can't sing. I will say I am right now a little desperate for a coffee. Yeah, it's true. Where are you at now? How much time do we have? Oh shit, my battery just went down to 6%. What the hell? I think we're going to be calling it a session now because wow, that just like went right off the cliff. Oh, crazy. It just beeped at me. It was like at 20%. Now it's down to 6. Okay. All right, my friends, just to prevent this thing from like completely getting lost, I'm going to call it a session now. And then tomorrow, I'm going to see if we can find either an extension cord or just get closer to an outlet. There are a couple over there. I just can't reach them right now. Yeah, you jinxed it, Nick. Yeah, nice going, Nick. Just going to finish off with this little section here. There we go. Get rid of that. There we are. I think you should sit facing the building so we can see the view. We can. It's just that I think you're also. I'll turn it around real quickly just so you guys get to see what we got. That's the view. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, it doesn't suck. When retirement comes, maybe I can make this my permanent view. Just kidding. Not going to happen. Anyway, all right, my friends, since we're down to now 5%, I am going to call it a session. So what we'll do is we'll be back on again tomorrow. I've been on for almost an hour anyway, so that's actually not too bad. All right, guys, go out there and do good, brighten the world as much as you possibly can. Stay safe and stay sane, right? World's getting crazier. Just stupid shit. It's just like, I still can't believe crazy shit that we're seeing right now. So it's up to us to go out there and just make it better, right? Do good, everybody. Enjoy the day and brighten the world. Make somebody's day. Don't make it miserable. And I will catch you all on the flip. Peace.